Hello everyone, it's me Awan, and today we're going to be doing another paper. This one is the 16th Cyprus Mathematical Olympiad. On 2015 this exam commenced, and it's for the 5th and 6th grade. So without further ado, let us begin. Now, question number 1. Which of the following fractions is greater than a half and less than 2/3? To find this, you basically need an LCM, and a common multiple actually, because none of these denominators are 6. Since the lowest common multiple you can find is 6, since 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6, obviously. So what we have to do is we can find 12 first. So we know a half is 6 upon 12, and 2/3 is actually 8 upon 12, which means there will only be like one number in between. That would be 7 upon 12. So therefore the answer is eta 7 upon 12. Really easy, right? Okay. Now question number 2. The difference between the largest 3-digit number, which is 999, and the least 4-digit number, 1000, is what? It's obviously 1, since the least 4-digit number is 1000 and the largest 3-digit number is 999, which means they only have a difference of 1, since after the largest 3-digit number it's the smallest 4-digit number. So therefore the answer is alpha 1. Which of the following numbers is a prime number? Wait, it's supposed to be here. It's supposed to be sorry. Okay, so it's actually none of these, because when you look at alpha and beta, they end in 2 and 4, which means they're divisible by 2. And also gamma ends in 5, which means it's divisible by 5. Meanwhile, delta is actually divisible by 3, because the divisibility rule of 3 is that if the sum of the digits is a multiple of 3, then it's divisible by 3. Now 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 2, 11, plus 3, 14, plus 1, 15. 15 is divisible by 3, so therefore delta is divisible. 45,231 is also divisible by 3. Therefore the answer is eta, none of these. Question number 4. What is the sum of the 25% of 80 and 75% of 120? Okay, so first we need to find the values of these percentages. 25% is normally a quarter, so a quarter of 80 is 20, since 80 divided by 4 is 20. And now basically 75% is 25% times 3, so 120 divided by 4 is 30, times 3, 90. So the sum is 90 plus 20, it's 110. So therefore the answer is alpha 110. Now, question number 5. If x is 673 and y is 327, what is the sum x plus 327 divided by y plus 673 plus y? It may look a bit complicated at first, but if you realize what the sum of 673 plus 327 is, it'll become really easy. So once you add them together, you get 1,000, which means that this is 1,000 and this is 1,000. And you could have already worked out that these will be the same sum, because 673 is this and 327 is this, so you can cancel out with each other, and so you can cancel them both out with each other. You're not actually canceling them out, you're just dividing 1,000 divided by 1,000, which is 1, so your answer is 1. And now x and plus y is 1,000, so 1,000 plus 1 is 1,001, therefore your answer is gamma. Question number 6. What is the value of the expression 1 minus a half times 1 minus a third times 1 minus a quarter times 1 minus a fifth? Okay, so 1 minus a half is a half, and then you continue writing it onwards up till times 4/5. And since it's multiplication, we can cancel. And again, it's like this easy calculation, like it's this easy cancelling, like we have 2 here, 3 here, and 4 here, leaving the numerator is 1 and the denominator is 5, so therefore the answer is gamma 1 upon 5. Question number 7. Lysias bought 4 sandwiches and 5 juices and paid €14. Efterpi bought 5 sandwiches and 6 juices and paid €17. How much does a sandwich and a juice cost? For some reason, some people might decide to divide and minus and realize that the answer that if you minus them to get x plus y is equal to 3, which means that they're all equal to 3. But that only cancels out one option, E, where the sandwich is €3 and it uses €1. And actually you don't have to do this. This is basically unnecessary at all that much, because even if you didn't do this method, you can realize alpha, beta, gamma, delta, they all have 2 and 1, and eta has 3 of 1, so you could say it's odd one out and cancel it out. Okay, so basically what exactly matters here is substitution. Here the answer is gamma, because okay, x is the sandwich, y is the juice, so 5 times 1 is 5, 6 times 2 is 12, so 5 plus 12 is 17. Same here, 4 plus 10, 14. So therefore the answer is gamma, the sandwich is €1, the juice is €2. Question number 8. In the figure below, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and is a square. So it's basically saying this is a square, this is a parallelogram. And it's asking the length of this side if you know that this side is 9. If you know that the area of this is 9. Okay, so basically, since we read in questions like these, we have to think we need to piece things together. In this case, we actually have to piece things together, since you realize that this is 9, the area of this is 9, and there are 3 other identical triangles like that. So that's 9, that's 9, that's 9. They're all 9. So 9 times 4 is 36. Therefore, the area of the square is 36. Now that means, since a squared is where A is the side of the square, is the area of the square. So the opposite of that, when we start from the area to find the side, is root of the root of the area. So root of 36 is 6. So we know one side here is 6. That means all the sides are 6. However, and now we have this parallelogram. If we focus on the upper side, that's 6. We know that in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Basically, like what we're saying here is that we know this side is equal to this side, and the 2 red sides are equal to 2 red sides. And since we know this one is already 6, then we know this one will also be 6. So therefore the answer, and that's zeta eta. So therefore the answer is delta, 6. Pretty easy, right? How many 2-digit integers are common multiples of 6 and 8? There would be 4. Well, it's kind of like using multiples, but first you have to find the lowest common multiple. Here that's 24, since 8 times 3 is 24 and 6 times 4 is 24. Now all you have to do is find how many multiples of 24 are there which are less than 100, because if it's less than 100, if it's less than 100 and it starts from 24, all the numbers in between will definitely be 2-digit numbers. But we have 24, 48, and then we have 72, and we have 96. Only 4 possible. We only got 4 of them, and they're all 2-digit numbers. So and because of the multiples, that means that they're all also common multiples of 6 and 8. And since they're the multiples of the lowest common multiple, again, we'll have to list every single one. If we did 48, we'll only list this one and this one. If we said the multiples of 72, we would only list 72 itself. But 24 is perfect, listing all 4 numbers, including itself. Therefore, the answer is gamma 4. What is the value of this? This is actually really easy. if you look at this is addition, no multiplication, so we can't do normal cancelling. That's wrong. We can only just since we know, we can basically simplify this into 2014 times 5 divided by 2014 times 3. Now it's multiplication. So we can cancel the 2014 and the 2014 since that's a common multiple, and you get 5 upon 3. So therefore your answer is beta. In the figure below, we form a square using 16 circles. We color the 12 outer circles black as shown. If we have 144 circles that form a square, how many circles lying in the outer surrounding will be colored black? So basically, let's make a square, and we won't draw the circles because that would be a nasty long process. So here there would be like 12. Okay, let's say here there'll be let's see. Here there'll be 12 circles, 12 shade circles. However, there's this one problem. The circles at the corners, I'm gonna mark them here. Now this side has taken both circles here, which means that this side will only be left with 11, but this one takes this one takes this corner, which means that the last side here has no corners and it'll just be 10 circles. That's right, yeah. So the 12 circles take away two circles from two sides, so and then we can see how many circles are on that side for both of them. It's 11 for both of them, but they also take the corner for this side, so there will be only 10 left. So therefore the answer is 12 plus 11 plus 11 plus 10. 11 times 2 is 22, and then since we know 10 plus 12 is obviously 22 also, 22 plus 22 is 44, so therefore the answer is 44 alpha. Another way you could do this similar pattern is that, okay, let's draw a square, and let's say this is 12, and this is also 12. We count they already go all the corners, which means this becomes 10, this becomes 10. And then it's easy addition, since it's just multiplying 12 times 2, 24, 10 times 2, 10 times 2, 20, and 24 plus 20 is 44, therefore your answer is 44 again. So the answer is alpha 44. Question number 12. A pattern is shown below. Which of the following numbers are not possible to express the number shaded squares in a shape of the pattern? Now, do you notice something odd? It's not exactly odd, but okay. These are all square numbers. This is 2 squared, this is 3 squared. So like 1, 4, 9. And there's always an extra 4 squares for every part, for every shape. Always an extra 4 squares. It's in shape 1, it's in shape 2, it's in shape 3 also. Which means that and this actually goes according to so for shape 1 it's 1 squared, shape 2 2 squared, shape 3 3 squared. So that means you could say the formula is where the x is the position, x squared plus 4. The position squared plus 4. Now using this, we don't just test it, that would be a bit absurd. But what we would do is that we would minus all of them by 4 and check if they're square numbers. This is actually really easy if you learn the square numbers, and the rest of them are easy. Like you may directly know that 10 squared is 100, 400 squared is 20 squared is 400, and 30 squared is 900, and 121 is 11 squared. So that also checks. So after minusing 4, these all work. And they're all x squared, which means these can be part of the patterns. However, when we have 200 is not a square number. Therefore, the answer is eta 204, since 200 is not a square number. There can't be a square in the middle, so it doesn't work. 204 eta is the answer. We define the operation alpha asterisk beta is equal to 5 times alpha plus beta minus alpha times beta. If 3 asterisk beta is equal to 31 wholes, what is the value of beta? Okay, so basically, first we substitute the values. 5 times 3 plus beta minus 3 times beta is equal to 31. Now we just simplify. So 15 plus 5 beta minus 3 beta is equal to 31. So when you do 5 beta minus 3 beta, you get 2 plus 2 beta. So 15 plus 2 beta is equal to 31. Now we can minus both sides by 15. So we only have 2 beta left here. And 31 minus 15 is 16. So we do 16 divided by 2 is 8. So beta is 8. Answer is alpha 8. Okay, so here basically when you're doing formulas, you have to, when you treat both sides the same, the LHS, the left hand side, and the RHS, the right hand side, you can just remember in these short forms, you will always, the equation will always still be equal if you treat both sides the same, if you treat the LHS and the RHS the same. Like here we minus both sides by 15, still equal. We divide both sides by 2, still equal. And that's a very helpful part. And another way you can imagine is that you can take the term to the other side. Like if we had this, if we took 15 to the other side, it's 2 minus 31. And since we know this is 15, it's a positive number, so it's a plus. So you take the plus with you, and whenever you take it to the other side, the sign becomes the inverse. So plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus, multiplication becomes division, division becomes multiplication. So here becomes 31 minus 15, 2b divided by 16. And let's say now we're basically just taking this coefficient. The coefficient is a number which is multiplying by the variable, and in this case is 2. So it's multiplication here. It's multiplying, because if they weren't next to each other, it would basically be this. It would basically be 2 times beta. So we're taking the 2, and then it'll be beta is equal to 16 divided by 2, which is 8. Easy, right? Now, question number 14. In a store, a refrigerator costing €80 is sold with profit 25%. In sales, this refrigerator is sold with a reduction of 25%. A customer will buy the refrigerator at what price? Okay, at the price of what? Yeah, basically. So, first we can just do the normal percentage method, and then I can show the formula. Okay, so first it's sold with profit 25%, which means it will be sold with the price 25% more, which means it's a fourth more. So a quarter of 80 is 20, not a fourth, sorry, a quarter. So 80 plus 20 is €100. So it gets €100. Now it says this is sold with a reduction of €25, but it won't be 80 again. It's different. When you're doing this 25%, it's divided by 4. 100 divided by 4 is 25. Now basically 100 minus €25, €100 minus €25 is €75. So therefore your answer is beta. Easy, right? However, there is a better way to do this. When both this profit is 20 and reduction have the same percentage, they're both 25%, there's a secret method you can do. Minus x squared divided by 100, where x is that percentage. Here it's 25. So minus 25 squared upon 100 minus 625 divided by 100 minus 6.25. So great, you found the reduction price for 100 euros. Because we divide by 100, now we found the reduction price for minus 6.25. The reduction price for if it was 100 euro, not 80 euro. So you would minus by 6.25 euro. So here we basically just divide by 5, since so you got it. So we know that if it was 20 euro, you'd get minus 1.25. Now we multiply by 4, so 80, and then 1.25 times 4 is 5. So 80. If it was 80 euro, you'd minus 5 euro. So therefore, we're looking for 80 euros. So we just do 80 minus 5, 75. So therefore, your answer is 75. It may be complicated at the start, but soon you'll get the hang of it. It'll become a piece of cake. It's also more better if you know the time, if you know the squares, because then it's more helpful. It's more helpful to do these equations with squares. Now, in the table below, the numbers that are the outside of it show the sum of each row and column, the numbers in the table. What is the value of x plus omega plus omega? Okay, so the values are listed here already. It's 4, 4, 7, and 9. But since again we have the small numbers, we know that we're going to be having small values. And also the thing about this is, since none of them are lined up, since like if we had x all lined up, and it said it was this 15, and we said there was an x here, we could just do 15 divided by 3 is 5. But here there are no cases like that, so that means we have to do pure trial and error. Now, once we found the values, which are x is 4, c is 7, and omega is 9, we find the sum here. Now, though there are 2 omegas, so both 9 times 2 18, and x is 4. 18 plus 4 is 22, therefore the answer is gamma 22. Now, question number 16. How many degrees is the measure of angle delta? This is easy. If you know that the sum of angles of triangle, if the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees, this will be very easy for you, since you know that. So, okay, we'll look at this triangle first. We could actually look at 2 methods, but we'll look at the first method first. So once we're looking at this triangle, we have 60 plus 45. Wait, what am I doing? 60 plus 45 is 105, obviously. And then you do 180 minus 105, and you get 75. So this is 75. Now we just do the linear equation, a linear pair, which would be a linear equation, or a linear pair basically, which is that when you have 180 degrees, when you have a line and there's 2 angles there, the sum of those 2 angles is 180 degrees. So we know that that's 105 from our last one. So 105 plus 30 is 135. Now 180 minus 135 is 45. So we put the 45 here. And because of vertically opposite angles, VOA, we know that delta and 45 will be equal to each other. Therefore the answer is delta 45. Another way to do this is also really easy. So let's put that 180 degrees right there to remind us. We are going to go for a quicker method now, with a quicker triangle. It's this whole thing. Okay, sorry if the line isn't that too accurate, but anyways, 45 plus 30 is 75. So the sum of that so far is 75. Now we do 10 minus 5. We have 7, 0, 105. So we know this is 105. And basically, using linear equations again, since this is a straight line, we know that this is 75. Now we just do 75 plus 60, 135, and 180 minus 135 is, guess what, 45. So your answer is delta 45 degrees. Easy, right? Now, question number 17. In the figure below, there are 27 small cubes with an edge of 1 centimeter. These small cubes form a big cube. If the cubes are marked alpha and beta, so this one and this one are removed, how does the surface area of the new shape will be changed in respect to the big cube? So first, the surface area of the cube is 6a squared, but we don't exactly need that because we're just taking away 2 cubes. We don't need that. Okay, so we'll take away the A and we'll take away the B. So there were 3 sides before. So we'll keep that in mind. Now, there'll be one side here, 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 here. And there'll be one here. Whoa, there's a lot of them. There'll be one here. Wait, sorry. There'll be 2 sides at the top. There'll be one side here, 2 down, and there's 2 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of them. There's 7 sides. So then we just do 7 minus 3, 4. So that means we know the surface area has increased by 4 centimeters squared. So the answer is eta 4 centimeters squared. Now, question number 18. In the figure below, various triangles and squares are formed. How many more are the squares than the triangles? We've done this question before in another paper, so I'll just quickly go over it. So first we have these 1 segment squares. So 1, 2, so there's 9 in total. You don't exactly have to count, but since you know 3 squared is 9 already, but I'm just going to show it to make more clarity, I guess. And then we have 4 squares. 4 squares. Wow, yes, so there's 4 of them. So first we had 9, now we have 4, and finally the last 3 by 3 square, it's 1. So 9 plus 4 plus 1 is 14. So we keep that there, and now we're looking at the triangles. So first the 1 segment ones. These are easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 of them. Now we have the why am I rubbing them out? Now we have 3 segment triangles. These are where it gets a bit bigger. So we have 4. Now we have the big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 segment triangles, and there's only 2 of them. So we have 2. Add them all together, and you get 12. So now we have 14 minus 12, and that's 2. So the answer is eta 2. Now, question number 19. If 4p is equal to 6 sigma is equal to 8t and 8p is equal to 100, what is the value of 9s plus 12t? When you read, okay, so we have 8p is equal to 100. So 8p is 100. So 4p, which is half of 8p, since 8 divided by 2 is 4, is 50. So we know this is 50, this is 50, this is 50. Now it's asking the value of 9s plus 12t. Okay, just to help you here, but first you can pause the video and find yourself. What can this be simplified into the thing that we already know? What can we use? Since we already know if this is 50 and this is 100 or something like that, then how will we find it? Have you found it yet? Congrats if you have. So 9 sigma. Okay, also before I wasn't exactly trying to make a hint, but anyways, 9 sigma would be 6 sigma plus 3 sigma, and 9 sigma was 50 as we said, and 12t was 8t plus 4t, and 8t was right also 50, and so that means this would be 25, 50, 25, so they're both 75. Now, when you do 75 times 2, that's 150. So therefore, the answer is delta 150. Now, question number 20. A number is called perfect if it is equal to the sum of its divisors excluding itself. For example, 6 is a perfect number since it's... I'll just check something. Okay. Since it's a divide... Okay, so sorry. Question number 20. A number is called perfect if it is equal to the sum of its divisors excluding itself. For example, 6 is a perfect number since its divisors excluding itself are 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, and 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3. Which of the following numbers is perfect? It's 28, because since we're not including 28, it will be 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 7 and then we would have 25 plus 14, so 7 plus 14, so 1 plus 2 3 plus 4 7 plus 7 14 plus 14 28. It's the same as the number here, so therefore the answer is gamma 28. There's no exact method to do this, so you can just check. You can just check it. Check it with trial and error, but it's kind of in an equal way, because if you check from A, beta gamma. If you check from E, gamma. So you both need the same amount of tries if you started from A or you started from E. Now, question number 21. The side of a square is 16 centimeters. We join the midpoints of each side and a second square is formed. This procedure is continued until 4 squares are formed, including the initial one. What is the sum of these 4 squares? Okay, so basically, this is what the figure is. But before we go into this, I have to explain to you about how we'll find the area of all of them. But it's actually more easier than you think. So, the whole square is 1. We have to find how much is this other square. Okay, so let's divide the square into 4 pieces. This whole square. Now the whole square. This means that this is a fourth, this is a fourth, this is a fourth, and this is a fourth. However, let me just clear that up. A half of when we do the rest, it's basically half of the fourth now. Which is an eighth. This is an eighth, this is an eighth, this is an eighth, this is an eighth, this is also 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 an eighth. If you do 1 upon 8 times 4, that's 4 upon 8. So this square is 4 upon 8 of the whole square. And guess what 4 upon 8 simplifies into? If you divide both sides by a 4, you get a half. See? So that means that this square is half of the area of the rest. So basically, knowing this knowledge, we can find the area of all of them. Okay, so this is basically what the figure is. And each square is half of the other. And since we start from 16, 16 squared is 256. And we have 8 squared, 64. Then, wait, oh, sorry. And then after that, we just do halves. 256 divided by 2 is 128. So then we have 128. 128 divided by 2 is 64, I'm guessing. Yeah, 64. Yeah, it's 64. And 64 divided by 2 is 32. Now we have the areas of all 4 squares. So we just add them now. 6 plus, so wait, let me just align them now. 64, 32. 6 plus 8 is 14, plus 4, 18, plus 2, 20. Put the 2 there. 5 plus 2, 7, plus 6, 13, plus 3. 5 plus 2, 7, plus 6, 13, plus 3, 16, plus 2, 18, 1. 2 plus 1, 3, plus 1, 4. 480. So therefore the answer is delta 480 centimeters squared. Now, question number 22. In the figure below, alpha, beta, gamma, delta is a square, and the triangles alpha, eta, beta, and beta, gamma, zeta are equilateral. How many degrees is the measure of angle beta, eta, zeta? This is easy because, and we've also done this question before, so I'll go quick. So since these are equilateral triangles, and this is a square, we already know the angles. For every square, it's 90 degrees. All of them are 90 degrees of right angle. Then it's 90 times 4 is 360. For equilateral triangles, all the angles are equal, all the sides are equal, which means it's 60 degrees for each of them. And now, since we know a full circle is 360 degrees, and we almost got a full circle. So basically, we got 90 plus 60 plus 60, which is 90 plus 120. 120 plus 90 is 210. 360 plus 210 is, it's 150. And now we have 180. 180 degrees minus 150. 30 degrees. And then since it's an isosceles triangle, both sides would be equal, so 30 divided by both angles would be equal, so we got 15. So that means both angles are 15, including the angle we're finding. The answer is eta 15. The reason I did 180 minus 150 is that since 180 the sum of angles, we have 150, we have to find the sum of the remaining angles, then divide by 2 to find the equal angles. Okay, you can look at the method again by yourself to see if you understand it again. If you understand it already, congratulations. If you need more help, just look at the method again, just replay it and try to understand for yourself, or just like pause here and understand the whole thing like that. Okay. Question number 23. In the figure below, the length of the side of the square alpha, beta, gamma, delta is 12 centimeters. M is the midpoint of gamma, delta, and N is the midpoint of alpha, delta. What is the area of the shaded quadrilateral? You see the shaded quadrilateral. So to find this, we'll have to find the area of the triangle, the half of a square, which is a triangle. So basically, 12 squared is 144. Since the area of a square is a squared, where a is the side of a square, and since a is 12, we do that 144, and then we divide it by 2, so we get 72, which means this and this, they're both 72. Now, wait. So now what we do is that we have to find the area of the rest. Since it says N, it looks like obvious that these are midpoints. Yes, they are midpoints actually. So that means this is 6, this is 6, this is 6, this is 6. So now we have the power to find this here. They're in this square. So since we do 6 times 6, 36. Half of 36 divided by 2 is 18. So the area of this whole thing is 18. Now if we divide by 2, we have 9, 9. And now So now basically what we can do is that since we know the whole triangle 72 and the area of this is 9, we can just do 72 minus 9 and you get 63. So therefore the answer is beta 63 centimeters squared. It's okay if it doesn't make sense to you by the figure. It's because that not all figures are up to scale. But anyways, so never rely on the figure. Only rely on the facts it tells you, unless it doesn't exactly tell you all of the facts. So yeah, you get the answer beta 63 centimeters squared. If you don't understand this method, just replay it again. Okay, now for this one, I'm going to use a small eraser. Okay. So, the following graph shows a path of Mari to go to her school. Which of the following statements is definitely wrong based on the graph? The answer is gamma. At the 3rd minute, she got tired and stopped for 3 minutes to rest. I'll explain the others. First, alpha. Between 8 to 10 minutes, she traveled greater distance in relation to the interval of 10 to 12 minutes. So 8 to 10 is here. Now 8 to 10, she traveled this much. And when we have 10 to 12, she only traveled this much. And this part is definitely bigger than this part. So that means that alpha is correct here. And now for Vita, wait, let me make it medium at least. Okay. For Vita, it says at the 6th minute she stopped. At the 6th minute she stopped to talk with so she could talk with a friend, and she spoke for 2 minutes, which means that she would stop traveling at all. So 6 minutes. And this went on for 2 minutes. 1, 2, yes. And she did no progress there. She didn't move an inch, which means that she stopped, and Vita's correct. Now Delta, during the first 3 minutes, she traveled 100 meters. So the first 3 minutes was quick. And now when you look here, it starts from 20. If you don't exactly see it, 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, and that's 100, 120, 140, 160. And 100 and the free point, the Vita point, they match up exactly, which means that means Delta's correct. Between 3 to 6 minutes, the road was uphill for Eta. Now, when we look at Eta, between 3 to 6 minutes, the road was uphill. Now, the line is only going down. Okay, so here the line's only going down to show that she's going slower. But why? Normally when you climb uphill, or like when a car drives uphill or anything like that, you go slower, right? So here, this is exactly what Mari's doing. She's going slower because she's climbing uphill. And then it makes sense that after her pause, she goes back faster, because then, like with this big jump, because then now she's going downhill. Makes sense, right? So therefore Eta is correct, and the answer is the gamma. And it says at the 3rd minute she got tired and stopped for 3 minutes to rest. No, look at Eta. She said she was going uphill. She was going uphill, but if it's going up or down, it doesn't mean that she's still moving, even if she's going up or down. It's just talking about the speed. If it's going down, her speed is slower. If it's going up, her speed is faster. But she's still moving, so therefore Rama's wrong. Also, it's kind of in a way in the story. I'll just mention this. Like after she went uphill, she got tired. It says she got tired. I think. Wait. Oh wait, she didn't get tired. Okay. So yeah, that wasn't the story. Anyways, but she might have got tired and then started to speak with a friend, and then she became faster, but I don't know. Just popped in my mind. But anyways, yes, the answer is Rama. At the 3rd minute, she got tired and stopped for 3 minutes to rest. Now, question number 25. M is at the midpoint of gamma delta, which is the side of the square alpha beta gamma delta. N is the midpoint of alpha delta. Yes. So basically, it's asking the value of this. Okay, so let's say the side of it is 8. The side of it is 8. The area would be 64, and that means 8. You will get 32 here. The area of the half of this triangle is 32. This right angle triangle, and here midpoint. So this will become 8. So we would have 8 here. And now 32 plus 8 is 40. 64 minus 40 is 24, which means this is 24. Now we have. Wait, I don't see them. 24. 8, yes, okay. So that means that it's basically asking 32 upon 8 plus 24 upon 8. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 32 divided by 8 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. So therefore your answer is eta 7. Here there was supposed to be originally the page, but it got deleted. I used a different number here. It worked for any number. Here I used 3. The side as 6. It still worked. It's always going to be 7. So therefore your answer is eta 7. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more videos like these. I really enjoyed all the support that you've given all of us so much. So I'll keep making videos, and please keep liking, subscribing, and ringing that Please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell if you haven't. So you can get and ring the notification bell so you can get notifications for more videos. So please do all of this, and also comment down below if you have any suggestions for the next videos. We will all take this into consideration, the whole team. And now we'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.